they got it from a movie. They got it from a movie, a video game, or they went somewhere where somebody was allowed to sit there and talk a bunch of anti-American baloney or just a bunch of uh, overboard stuff that everybody else knows is way too far. If you're trying to hold a demonstration or you have a political opposition and you're protesting it or whatever, your attitude or the mood is. But people are allowed to um, kind of, what is it? Can I say it like this? Exalt the feelings of hate and content towards other people instead of wanting to use common sense in your brains and the law and everything else and to be smart about how you process your thoughts and things in reality and not allowing reality to escape your mind either. But obviously it takes somebody who goes a little bit too far with the imagination, obviously, and puts themselves in kind of peril, in a in peril, like a parallel type of dimension or place where they are escaping reality. So maybe they think that they're the video game or the movie, or and then other sick realities are that there are people out here that are subjectively saying things to people and putting thoughts into people's minds, making them feel like going and doing something hostile to other people in public. Um, so I'm just kind of curious as to what that is. I have a question mark on that, in particular on the title, because I'm curious to know that myself without actually going and trying to discover or really trying to understand where the people are coming from in this. All I get is bits and pieces of what I see in the world as far as the real reality goes. Um, there's something other than where the person's at in their mind, and their mind is eluding them, evading them, is escaping them, and running away with them and their thoughts. So, and obviously, some people, I think this video here and my next one, I did the last one I wanted to do first. Here the last two that I had planned. That I think the last two go together. The first four videos that I did today, they're gonna all go on the same playlist, but I think the first four kind of go together, and the last two sort of go together. So I'm just saying, where is the subjectiveness is at? Where did it come from? The shooters, people who, let's say, okay, the one guy was white and it's Charlotte, right? The Charlotte shooter shot went and shot up a black church. Obviously, they are coming from a position of hating black people, hating black persons in particular. Went and hated on them and their church for whatever reason. Um, they took it upon them. The guy did took it upon himself to do that. So what is he subjected to? Is there actually enough information, if you dug it up, on all of these people enough to hand out convictions and warrants for other people's arrests that are, um, subliminally or invertedly, uh, or just, I mean, straight, just blatantly putting thoughts and ideas into people's minds and then passing off like, oh, well, come on, they knew I was kidding. They knew we were just kidding, right? We weren't serious about that subjectiveness that I subjected you to. It also means, I put in a definition to this video also, what it said. It means that you're compelled to do that person's hateful thought. You're compelled to go through with somebody else's thought or some other idea um, that I believe circulates um, or starts. It stems from hatred or hate, kind of in particular, enough in particular in a way that you're looking for revenge or you're trying to get even. Your focus is um, doing something lame like shooting some other people, and then other people are getting some ideas and thoughts that the more you kill, the more famous you're gonna be, or something like that. I would say bring back public crucifixions or whatever. Uh, Skin the people alive. Do something medieval on the people. You know, they did something ferocious act against other people. I think it's time that they are taught a lesson and told, put in their place. This is what's going to happen to you if you get a firearm and you come out here and shoot people. And as far as the people go, like in France, that killed that many people in France, a lot of people like that. Um, the more the numbers go up, the more we have to be kind of encouraged to try to be as morbid as possible and go as far as we can to um, find a way to get a little bit of revenge back for what they did and to set a tone that this is what's going to happen to you. Those people in the Middle East over there, they cut people's heads off and put it on a fence and put the person's head on a stake on a fence. They burn people alive. Um, they do a lot of different morbid things for different reasons. So that's just my opinion on how I think that we can prevent and get to back on track to stopping that in society. But I don't like communism. I don't like socialism. I like capitalism. So however they have to do it, um, it's out of my opinion's hands. It's not. My opinion has obviously nothing to bear on the way that the people are apprehended by the authorities and then treated in court and everything else and what they do. But venting off a little bit on the amount that's been going on, all the tragedies here, I would really like to know where all this public hate targeting people in society stems from. So I would really like somebody to come up with a really good answer. I mean, really good. Make it a 2-hour documentary if you have to on this, on where these people's subjectiveness is coming from. Thanks.